Hello, hola. Oh, I can never get this light right. Hello, happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Turn up these lights a little bit. Hello, I'm just getting shuffled up. Happy Sunday. Are you guys ready for this week ahead? Are you ready for this week ahead? Hello, Emily. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. You guys know that the full moon is this week, right? We know that the full moon is this week, right? Hello, Mac. I'm right on time. That's right. We always start on time. Yes. The full moon. I have some notes that I wrote down about the full moon to help us while we, before we pull the cards, we bump our gums a little bit, exchange some energies, and then we get into the collective pool, right? But we get ready mentally for the week. And then as well, Monday meditations will happen tomorrow at 7 a.m. Right. So this is full moon that's coming is in Aquarius. Did you know? This full moon coming is in Aquarius. Right? So, it resonates with different signs. It resonates differently with different signs, and it's because, Aquarius, when we talk about Aquarius or any air sign, they're very dominant when it comes to expression and mentality, right? So when we talk about the full moon and Aquarius, it affects people differently. So like Libra, it'll affect you in love. Like your love is going to flourish this week. With Leo and Scorpio, it's about business and property, right? And then with Virgo, we talk about, or, any other earth signs, we talk about really grounding ourselves because we can accumulate a lot of debt under this Aquarius full moon for our earth sign. So be cautious and conscious of that, right? This full moon is really about projects over problems. My Libra moons be feeling it. Yeah. This full moon is full of energy. Even though it's not a super moon, there's a lot of energy in this full moon. The moon goes full at 9:36 Central Standard Time on the 23rd, or 10:36 Eastern Standard Time. It's really good. This moon is really good. Yes. This moon is really good for air and fire signs, okay? So air and fire signs, if you haven't already looked at what you're going to work with the moon, take a look. Because this week, the full moon's like dead in the middle of the week, so it can literally change the trajectory of how you're going to end the week. But when I'm saying that it has a lot of energy in it, we talk about detaching and letting go. This full moon is definitely about grounding yourself and letting go, but also having gratitude with a little bit of forgiveness. There's when I tell you there's so much energy in this full moon, like it all depends on what direction you are working on yourself in this week, right? Yes, letting go. Sip to letting go. I'm drinking a red blend today. Right? But it's so full of energy. So we talk about letting go. We talk about projects over problems, right? But then also with this full moon, it's so rooted in confidence. It is so rooted in confidence. It's about shining and even letting your leadership qualities shine through. Maybe even be a little bit conceited. So my intuitive crystal for the week is rose quartz, because that's just what I was drawn to. No, not mango Pepsi. Rose quartz is my intuitive choice for the week. And that's just because with rose quartz, we talk about self-esteem. We talk about grounding our emotions and bringing love and moving love and holding on to love. But based on astrology, right? Sunstone is the crystal for the month, and Sunstone is actually about leadership and confidence. Oh, you did? Yes. Yes, I'm so glad. I'm so happy for you, T-Gun. So Sunstone is about confidence, right? And really standing our ground, but it's also for us to exude the feeling of being in charge and really owning it. The color for this week is red, and that's based on the full moon. We have a lot of fiery energy in air signs because, why not, right? I don't know where the frig I was going with that, but there's a lot of fiery energy in air signs. It's our mates when we talk about astrology. So this week is about red and about think about passion and the confidence that we have in the color red, right? So that's something to think about. Anybody's birthday this week? I have two people that are so near and dear to me, and their birthdays are this week. Hello, Nati. And their birthdays are this week. So happy birthday to my beautiful sister-in-law. And then her name is also Kristen. And happy birthday to my baby mama, Brittany. So if it is your birthday this week, happy birthday to you as well. We're going to be using a few decks today. Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday. We're going to be using a few decks today. We're going to be using the Moonology deck in honor of this beautiful full buck moon, right? We'll be using Daily Crystal Inspiration, right? Hey, girly, how are you? How are you, Wicked? We're also going to be using the new empowering questions, not the old ones. We're going to be doing the new empowering questions, daily positive thoughts and affirmations. And then for our tarot spread today, we're going to be using the True Heart Intuitive, okay? Ooh, yeah, I love that for you. I love that. If you miss anything, make sure you play it back, right? Ooh, yes. Tomorrow we're gonna do Meditation Mondays. I haven't decided what platform I'm gonna do it on, but I will be 7 o'clock Central Standard Time. Make sure you check out my Instagram to figure out. I don't know if I'm gonna do it on Ticker or on YouTube. We'll figure it out. Let me know by the end of this, right? Before we get started, don't forget, guys, if you are not already subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you can get notified every time I go live or post a video. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It is a collective read. If it doesn't resonate, that is okay. Also, if you are easily offended or faint of heart, I am not for you. That's okay. I am not your healer. If I'm not resonating with you, find somebody that does. But if I'm not, that's okay, right? I'm okay with it. You have to be. All right. Oh, let's see what we got going on this week ahead. What you guys really came for. I spilled the tea about about the full moon, and now what you guys really came here for. Oh, okay. So I can totally see we're reaping the benefits of last week. Your first card out, and it was one of the first cards out last week, but it was the Four of Pentacles, and this week it came out in reverse. So we saved our money from last week, right? So what does that mean? We can splurge just a little bit this week. There's a lot of new energy coming in this week, guys. But it is time, in honor of the Aquarius full moon, apparently, we have the star here as well. With the star next to the Two of Swords, followed by the Ace of Pentacles. There, for me, again, this is for me, how I'm interpreting it. There is a decision when it comes to an investment that you need to make. And you cannot allow the old you make those decisions. It's like last week was hard, and even touching base with a lot of my regulars and touching base with people that I read for, like last week was a lot. And it's because we were shifting, right? Like we were growing, we were evolving. And it's almost as if this week is now the test. It's like, okay, are you going to stab yourself in the back? Like we went through, you know, we got out of the gray area last week, but now are you going to put that to practice? Are you going to put what you learned to practice? Oh, see? We're coming out of the gray area, and now it's time to make a decision. Let's see what else we got. I think right now, either way that we go, as long as we're not operating in the gray area, we're gonna have this new energy, this new creativity, and we're also gonna have this new abundance. But it's not in a sense of starting over. Normally, if the star was not here in between this and the Two of Swords, to me that would be an energy of starting over, because we have the Ace of Wands and the Ace of Discs, right? But because that star is there, for me, it's like either way that you go, as long as you don't operate in that gray area, it's going to be a win-win. But you have to make a decision, and you have to make it as the new, improved, healed you. Not saying nobody's ever fully healed, right? Like ever. So it's what we've worked on last week. And how are we going to make those decisions, right? How are we not going to allow ourselves to kick over these cups and be a sad girls club, right? We grow together. We grow together. I also think when we go through hard times of learning and understanding the different lessons that we go through, when it's time to actually put it to practice, I think that's the hardest part. I think that's the hardest part, is putting it to practice, right? So there is a little bit, I did say it. And as soon as I said it, I was like, shit, what the fuck? I did say it. As soon as I said it, I was like, what the fuck? Calling me out, Tiga. They're brainwashing me, man. These spammers are brainwashing me. But we have to make these decisions, and we have to put into practice what we have learned and what we've gone through, right? Next, I have the Princess of Swords next to the Magician, next to the World, oops, followed by the Devil. For me, I've already started to see this energy a little bit. For me, this is your manifestations are here. They're knocking at your door, right? Or like, you know, when you're checking your Domino's Pizza tracker and they're like, oh, so and so is 3 minutes away. Like, your manifestations are 3 minutes away. Like, they're coming, and like, you get your slides on, you run to you get your shit together so you can go to the door. That's how I'm reading this, and that's how I'm seeing it. But you will be tested to the utmost, because there are people or things, or maybe even the old version of yourself that is looking on or looking in to this growth that you have done or that you have seen in yourself. And they're like, let's shaky. Let's see how much we've actually grown. If you're willing to jeopardize your manifestation, sure. Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. Fuck with this Devil energy. If you don't want these manifestations, if you don't want the World, because literally the World was between the Devil and your Magician. So if you don't want this, like, sure, fuck with your manifestations. If you're okay with it, I'm okay with it. Here's the thing for me, though. Like, I have too much shit that I know that I deserve, and I know that I have worked my little cakes off for. And I'm not willing to jeopardize that for a simple karmic satisfaction. And that's kind of what is happening right now. It's like, are we willing... No, I want Domino's. Are we willing to jeopardize our manifestations because we get a little bit impatient, or we get triggered, our new version of ourselves gets triggered by residual energy of the old version of ourselves? Remember, we are still bringing in new energy this week. Like, we are still bringing in new energy. A lot of people, like, kind of misconstrued the aces. They're like, oh, new energy, like, it's gonna be great, new money, da 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 da. But like, not all new energy is good energy. Not all new money is good money, if that makes sense. That's not the case here, but there is a little bit of residual toxic energy. But it's okay, because you're being open. You're allowing yourself to pour into yourself. You're allowing yourself to pour into others. And you're also allowing other people to pour into you. Because all of this other deception, deceit, lies, like, all of that shit, it's like you're done with it. Your 5 of Swords is in reverse. So, like, you're like, I'm over this shit. Right? I'm over this shit. What did it say? Is it toxic or honesty? That is a good question. Like, is it toxic or is it honesty? I don't want it to be, like, all over my face like that. I need to see. That is a good question. Drink to toxicity or honesty? Like, that's my brother. You guys know my Virgo brother, and we read his chart. That's him. Like, he always, like, a lot of the mindfuck questions that I ask you, it's like with Austin energy, or it's from him. So cheers to Austin. That's good. Yeah, there's your 5 of Wands is in reverse. Your Five of Wands is in reverse. And then you also have your Five of Discs here. So this week, again, what can we do, or how can we change our perception, especially when we're talking about decision making? Because I feel like this is going to be a theme for the rest of the month when it comes to decisions, since we are working through the gray area. What is it that we can do to grow, to stem away or kind of divert from argumentative energy or toxic energy or things that no longer serve us? Your Five of Wands, your Five of Discs is in reverse, but it's also next to your Six of Discs. Your Six of Cups in reverse. So yes, we have two fives here next to each other, but they're also in reverse. So do I really need to be arguing about this petty shit? Or like, how does this serve me? If I get into this argument, or if I prove my point, how is that going to serve me long term? Do I really need to prove my point? Do I really need to prove my point? Like, am I going to get a diamond ring if I prove my point? Or just let it be? Like, that's the kind of energy. It's like we are being tested with what we've learned. And I say this all of the time. For 13 of our years, right, as we grow up in our adolescence and our childhood, we are always given the material and then we're tested. The exact opposite of the real world. In the real world, we get the test. We then pass or fail and learn the lesson and then take the test again. We don't get the information. We don't figure out, well, if I do this and that, like, no. Right? In the real world, we get the test, we pass or we fail, we learn the lesson, and then we get tested again. It's not worth it. It won't be worth it. So think about it in that sense. Let's see. Okay, so your Five of Swords actually did come out, and it came out in reverse. So we have three fives in reverse, which is freaking awesome, right? If we had one more five, like, and they weren't in reverse, it would be a different story, but like, I'm okay with this. We also have the King of Swords here. So if there's anybody this week that is having like challenges with asserting their dominance or their power in certain situations, definitely apply that. Is it more beneficial for me to prove my point, or to wait and see how they take on this situation, and then they'll come back and be like, oh fuck, shit, I should have listened to you, or oh shit, I wish I would have done that. And you're like, well, if you would have let me speak, like, I would have told you that, there was a raccoon in the ceiling and you didn't have to go up there, or whatever. Take it how it resonates, right? Take it how it resonates. But I feel like this is very specific. This is very specific to especially people that are like working not from home, but like if they're physically working or in the job, or you guys are back at work, because I know people are getting back in work, or just take it how it resonates. But I feel like somebody is going to kind of test your dominance, or test your ability to be a boss, like a literal boss, or being in charge. And that's when you kind of have to step back and be like, is it worth me right now to let these bitches know that I'm the boss? Or I'll wait for them to acknowledge me as the boss after they've already failed and scraped themselves, and now I have to give them the band-aid. Maybe you don't want to do that. That's not ideal, right? But with the energy of the full moon, and with the energy of all of the things that we've just learned, it's not worth it. I forgot who said it, but it's not worth it. Right? How are you guys feeling about the week ahead as far as your tarot goes? Like, are you guys feeling good about maneuvering through the bullshit that may arise and ushering in this new energy and this new abundance and really allowing our manifestations to come to us in a little bit longer? You're feeling good. Yes, I love to see that. I see some purple hearts. We know what that means. I see some purple hearts. Ooh, I got purple hearts and bombs on that one. So next we'll get into some oracle. Then we'll ask one empowering question for the week. And we'll wrap up with some affirmations, right? And don't forget, guys, if you want a private reading, you can go to witchbitchtarot.com. Stressed already? No. Don't be stressed. How can you be stressed? And I gave you a little cheat sheet. Like, how can you be stressed? And I gave you a cheat sheet. You know your challenges are coming. It's okay to feel the pressures, but to feel stressed about it. Don't feel stressed. Like, we're growing. Like, we cannot stress when it comes to our growth. And we often do stress when it comes to our growth, and we think that we're not being as successful as we need to be. But when we actually sit back and look at our growth and what we are stressing about, is it somebody else's expectations? Are you trying to meet somebody else's expectations? Yeah, we haven't had a private in like 3 months. So you're almost due. Almost. You'll know. All right, so let's get your guys' moonology out here. Honestly, it is what it is. It's already been written. Like, after watching Loki, like, I told this lady at the grocery store, she didn't even know what the fuck I was talking about. I was like, look, you're a variant. I will prune you. And she was like, what? And I was like, don't worry about it. Like, like, what is already, right? Amazing. Because I get many readings. Yeah. You gotta stop doing that. I say this too. I feel like it's like mini readings, right? To me, mini readings are like if you're on a diet and you're like, it's like cheat day. Like a mini reading is like a cheat day, right? So like when we do like when we're getting our readings and stuff, like getting like a whole bunch of mini readings is cheat day. And then when it's time for us to get like our big reading, it's like, I didn't lose those 10 pounds I was supposed to lose because I kept having cheat days and I kept checking in and doing this, right? But everybody needs a cheat day every now and again, right? Like, I had a cheat day the other day. I got a little mini reading. The other day. I had a cheat day. Nothing wrong with a cheat day, but if we're having more cheat days than we are... All right. Like, remember when I told you guys, like, whatever the moon is, I always get the most of those cards. So we have, and this definitely falls in line with the energy that we're working with this week, is a new moon in Leo, and that is confidence is key. Remember, our crystal of the week is Sunstone and Rose Quartz, and that's about self-love. And then the Sunstone is all about confidence and leadership and assertion, right? The answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. We then have a new romantic cycle begins. So I was looking, I did my chart for sure, Avi, for this full moon. And if you guys have a Libra moon, a new love cycle is like, you're supposed to flourish under this full moon in Aquarius when it comes to love or finding love or in your relationship, right? But that also means self-love. When we talk about love, a lot of people always remove themselves out of this situation, and I don't get it. And intuitively, I feel like maybe that is why I chose the rose quartz. Because before I did the research for the full moon, I always do an intuitive pick for crystals. You guys know I have an array of crystals. And my intuitive pick was rose quartz. And then I started doing my research, and I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely resonating with me with the energy for this week. Nothing will come of this situation. And again, I think that definitely is resonating when we talk about your Libra rising. You're not Libra moon. No, you're Libra moon, Austin. We have the same moon. You're a Libra moon. When we talk about nothing will come of this situation, I think that definitely when we're talking about stepping back and allowing yourself not to necessarily assert your dominance, like up front, right? Like when I was saying, like, let them come back to you and be like, yeah, you are the boss. If you attack like a wild dog, that's what you're going to get, the result of a wild dog. So that's how this card is resonating with me, especially it's the void course moon, right? Then we have the end of a tough cycle approaches. That's the full moon in Capricorn. Correct. And then we have the full moon. Surrender to the divine. This, whenever I'm talking either in a private reading, a collective reading, if I'm pulling for myself, whenever I start talking about manifestations and them almost coming or them about to arrive and come into fruition for us, this card, whenever I'm working with this deck, always comes out. So for me, that's like my sign that, all right, keep going, but also allow the universe to take control and really guide you. Right? Universe Pizzeria. Surrender to the divine. How are y'all feeling about your Moonology cards? How are y'all feeling about your Moonology cards? Okay. Oh, I see some purple hearts. I pulled a Gemini card often. What was that one? Your answers you need are coming. Yeah. Love that for you. Especially if it came out in the collective message for you. Love that for you. Have you guys been sipping your wine? So let's get 6 of these for us. Hematite, ground yourself. Ground yourself, especially for earth signs with this moon. When I was talking about collecting a lot of debt, so Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, make sure that you are grounding yourself and you're really being cautious and conscious, okay? Argonite, release your emotional baggage. If you release this baggage, how much easier will it be to love yourself, love others, allow people to love you? It's not like, this is not an easy card to take. It's not an easy card to take, but it's a necessary card. Don't attach any emotions to the decisions that you are making. Remember, we're out of the gray area. We're applying the lessons that we've learned. Luminary quartz. Practice patience. Practice patience. I'm not adding anything else for that. I'm not adding anything else for that one. Rhodonite. Find a way to forgive. We literally talked about this. This full moon is about forgiveness and gratitude. And that is the full moon is the energy of the week, right? So Rhodonite lines up perfectly with that when we're talking about forgiveness and gratitude. Find a way to forgive. So if you're having trouble with it, I suggest that you would take this crystal with you for a few days or leading up to the full moon. Segue, y'all know my pool came in, right? I bought this fucking nice ass blow up pool, right? And I'm gonna blow it up. I'm gonna fill it up with water, and then the night of the full moon, I'm gonna go out there with my crystals and sit in it until like the morning, like 3 in the morning maybe, like when the moon water gets all like moon watery. And then I'm gonna take some crystals out there with me and just lay in my little pool with my crystals, because it's gonna be moon water. Back to the scheduled program. Ooh, sorry guys. Am I back? Can you guys see me? Sorry about that. Look, let me tell you, this is why my family love them to death, but y'all drive me crazy. They're literally like, oh, we're gonna come and support you on YouTube tonight because we want to support you, right? Why are they doing a group video call? Like, they just called me. Oh, like, you see that I'm damn streaming. My bad, you guys. My bad. Okay, next one. We got 2 more. We got 2 more. Start fresh. I can never say this crystal, but start fresh. Okay. It's okay, baby. I still love you. You're still my favorite. Don't tell Dallas. And then agate. Get back into balance. Oh my gosh. I just figured out why I've been obsessed with flower lace agate. Oh my gosh. And it lines up perfectly with where I'm at in my journey, with what I'm doing, with what's going on around me. So if you guys are feeling really attracted to a crystal, or you're feeling really attracted to a certain thing, look it up. Like, if it's intuitively like attracting you. So get back into balance, practice patience, start fresh, find a way to forgive, ground yourself, and release emotional baggage. Okay? These are all of your guys' crystal inspiration for the week. Now we have empowering questions. People often tell me that they hate when they see me with my empowering questions deck because it always makes them like think really hard and really deep. Really hard and really deep. And I think I'm gonna do Meditation Monday on TikTok. So 7 a.m. Central Standard Time, 8 a.m. Eastern. Okay, pen and paper, you guys ready? Do I show enough love to strangers? Do I show enough love to strangers? I think another question that you can ask with that, in addition, why is it important to show love to strangers? Why is it important to show love to strangers? What are you passionate about? What are you passionate about? Last one. Last one. If you could go back in time, what would you say to yourself? If you could go back in time, what would you say to yourself? Okay. Those are your empowering questions for the week. I kept it light. This pile of empowering questions is way lighter than the old empowering questions. So I was like, the energy this week is crazy. Like, I'm gonna keep it light. I'm gonna keep it cute. Like, we'll do that one. And then, how are you guys feeling before I wrap it up with our positive thoughts and affirmations? All right. We'll just do one. I'm feeling just one for the positive thoughts and affirmations this week, excuse me. I don't waste my time and energy on negative thoughts. I always radiate positive energy. This is it. This is the perfect weekly affirmation. I don't waste my time and energy on negative thoughts. I always radiate positive energy. Cheers to that. So we're ready for the week. We know what we need to do. We're practicing what we've learned from last week, right? We're gonna, if we feel inclined to, I feel like that's another thing when we talk about full moons or new moons. Like, we always, especially people that are more spiritually in tune with themselves, we always assume that we should be working with every full moon or every new moon. I didn't work with this new moon. It was fishy to me. It was a new moon in Cancer. I was like, nah, fuck that. I ain't doing it. This full moon, I'm not gonna work with it, even though it's a full moon in Aquarius. I'm not gonna work with it. I'm gonna go lay in the pool with my moon water and my crystals, but I'm not gonna work with it. When we talk about manifestations and everything, I'm going to work with it in a grounding sense to bring that self-love, to bring that grounding into my energy, to bring those successes that I've been yearning for and working hard for, right? To bring the creativity, the confidence. So if you don't feel inclined to work with this moon, then don't. But fire and air signs, this sign is like really good for you. If you're an earth sign and you're like, fuck this moon, then don't work with it. Then don't work with it. All right. As always, guys, thank you for stopping in. I will see you tomorrow for Monday meditations. If you guys want a private reading, you can go to witchbitchtarot.com. Make sure you check out any additional information that you need in the description box below. And before I go, as you know, hoes will be hoes. Bitches will be bitches. But you never know when it comes to witches. Which bitch is which? And no, I do not sell owls, so stop fucking asking. Okay? All right, thank you.